Hi YouTubers, it's Evan X right now. It's going to be a video right now, so it's actually going to be a tobacco video right now. So I want to talk about something very important. I want to talk about vaping right now. So vaping or electronic cigarettes, and specifically the new trendy electronic cigarettes. It is not tobacco Tuesday like the big ass cigar, so I just want to talk about this right now. So I have one video on my YouTube channel that I made a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, called Nicotine Sickness and What to Do with It, and I basically discuss how I learned from another YouTube user, not going to say his name, how basically when you have nicotine sickness from a cigar or pipe, this video is about cigar and pipe nicotine sickness, though it can be used for any kind of nicotine sickness in general. You basically take sugar, honey, molasses, and you basically eat it, and it causes, because the nicotine causes your blood sugar to be lower, basically kills that sick feeling, that nauseous, sick feeling, feeling queasy, feeling dizzy, feeling shaky and crappy. So it basically kills that feeling because it raises your blood sugar. Now, obviously, if you're diabetic, don't do that. If you're diabetic, don't eat a whole spoonful of sugar because that's going to cause a bad reaction. And I'm not a doctor for the last time. So some people take my videos a little bit too seriously and say, oh, he's actually giving professional advice. No, I'm not. So this is just general information. My videos are just general information. But actually, there's a group of people on YouTube, or just a group of people in general, who watch that video religiously. So there's a group of people who watch that video religiously, and basically it's not so much cigar and pipe smokers, big ass cigar smokers, big ass cigar, pipe smokers. It's people who vape, and people who use like the Juul, Juul, Juul e-cigarette, and who get really, really, really sick. Like I've read comments over the last 6 months to a year of people saying they've thrown up, they've gotten extremely dizzy, they've gotten feel like they're gonna die. Big cigar for life. It's amazing. I mean, I should write down these comments and called like vaping comment series. Like I do a weird comment series about troll comments, dick troll comments. It's amazing the kind of stories people will tell. People say they throw up, they feel like crap, they feel like shit. I mean, it's unfreaking believable how sick people get from these new like vaping products, like the Juul cigarette e-cigarettes. So my question is, and this is the whole purpose of the video, is why the hell do people do it? It's like, why in hell's name do people do it? What's the attraction to? I mean, I can understand a moderate buzz. I can understand like, okay, you smoke a cigar, nice big ass cigar, big ass pipe, like Irish flake, and it tastes really good, and it gives you a decent buzz. I mean, I like a decent buzz, especially first thing in the morning to get nicotine back to my bloodstream. But when you talk about some of these comments, they're just unfreaking believable. People saying like, oh my god, I just threw up. I mean, there's been countless people, dozens of people, who have said they've thrown up. I mean, I cannot even imagine. I've never thrown up from smoking a cigar pipe. Never. I've never thrown up from any kind of tobacco product. So I've gotten really dizzy. I've definitely gotten nicotine poisoning. But I can't even imagine actually throwing up and puking your guts out. I mean, that's unfreaking believable. So the whole purpose I'm trying to make is, why the hell do people do it? It's like, what the hell is the attraction? It's like, I mean, why why do people, vape and get so sick they're actually fucking throwing up? It's like, what the fuck is the attraction? I mean, please explain to me. I'm not trying to come off as a dick, and believe me, I have nothing against people who use vape products or e-cigarettes. I mean, it's a great way to get off cigarettes. These cigarettes are such a terrible addiction, and it is probably technically safer for you because you're not breathing in all that toxic, poisonous, crap and shit, like formaldehyde, all that kind of stuff. There's been conflicting studies over the years with e-cigarettes in terms of, they're really safer for you, but it's like, and better for you, but it's like, it's probably better than smoking a pack a day of tobacco cigarettes. But my point is, why do you get these things that are like, diabolical, and they contain like 50 milligrams of nicotine, like the Juuls, and then you go like that, and you fucking throw up like a fucking motherfucker. It's like, I have no fucking idea. It's like no fucking clue. I mean, that's my whole purpose, is like, why do people do that? It's like, what's the attraction? Yeah, it's kind of the trendy thing, years ago it was pot, years ago it was drinking. It's like, that's kind of trendy thing, but really, I mean, what's the attraction? I mean, because it's like you're throwing up. I mean, I hate it when I throw up. I know people who have a phobia of throwing up. It's like, if you know you're going to get so sick you're going to throw up. I mean, believe me, You would not freaking fucking believe these comments that I get on a regular basis on that video, Nicotine Sickness, What to Do. I think it's called Part 26 or Part 27, Nicotine Sickness, What to Do, on my channel. Just search it, do a Google search. It's unfucking believable how fucking sick people get from these new like vape products. I mean, it's unbelievable. Big Ass Cigar for Life, give me your thoughts just right below. Why do people do it? Big Ass Cigar for Life, bye.